Hello, welcome to FHE on the Road with Christine Stevenson. This podcast is designed to connect the people and the places from the past with your lives today, with 5-minute stories and facts from church history. Save these stories for when you are traveling through these areas to bring history to life. Okay, welcome back to FHE on the Road with Christine. Today I just have some fun facts on the Manhattan, New York Temple. And I know the temple is closed right now. It's pretty hard when the temples around us are closed, but it has been really fun learning about this temple, so I just thought I'd share some of the fun facts from the Manhattan, New York Temple. The Manhattan, New York Temple is the third temple adapted from an existing building. The other two temples adapted from existing buildings were the Vernal Temple and the Copenhagen, Denmark Temple, and that was at that time. I know that they've done more since then, but those were the two before the New York City Manhattan Temple. The New York City Temple building was originally built in 1976, and the original building started out as a stake center. The layout of the Manhattan Temple is different than normal temple layouts. The building's first floor houses the temple baptistry. The second floor has the church public affairs office and distribution center. A public meeting house is on the third floor, and the building's top 3 floors house the Manhattan, New York Temple itself. Isn't that interesting? I thought that was pretty cool. The cornerstone of the Manhattan Temple is within the multi-purpose room of the building, but it's on an outer wall. So I thought that was interesting too. On the door handles of the Manhattan Temple, they have the Statue of Liberty torches, and the architects worked really hard to soundproof the temple. That was one of the hardest parts of making the Manhattan, New York Temple possible, because there is just so much noise outside the temple. The hustle and bustle from the outside cannot be heard at all within the temple walls. So that's pretty cool. And walking into the temple from the busy street makes the temple feel like a sanctuary from the outside world. I love that. So most temples have big gardens or space between the busy street, and that is not how the Manhattan, New York Temple is. I think it's interesting how they could make it work, how they can make it a sanctuary even within such a big, busy city. Over 53,000 people attended the Manhattan, New York Temple open house, and it's the second temple built in New York State. The first one was Palmyra. The Palmyra Temple was finished only 4 years before the Manhattan Temple in the year 2000. So the Manhattan Temple was dedicated without a spire and looked similar to a regular office building until the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints received permission to add a spire later. It was a couple months after the dedication, on October 9th, 2004. The Manhattan Temple is the second multi-purpose temple with a public meeting house and offices. The other multi-purpose temple is the Hong Kong China Temple. And I have a whole nother story of how President Hinckley received revelation that this is the place for the temple, and I will get into that story, which is pretty amazing too. Anyways, I know the Manhattan Temple is closed, but it is still so incredible, and I'm so excited to see what it's like when it's done, to see how it's been changed. Anyways, so those are some facts on the Manhattan, New York Temple. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Thanks! Thank you for listening to FHE on the Road today. We hope you enjoyed what you've heard. Please like, subscribe, and share with anyone who'd be interested in these stories. Thanks.